Hello, everyone. I have Nikki Ann here today from Nikki Ann Photography, and we are carrying over our newsletter series, Asking for a Friend, onto little bite-sized videos for all of you. And it's going to be about building your business and building the framework and a strong foundation. So these are all the questions that we get asked. So today's Asking for a Friend, and if you've done this, raise your hand. Do I really need business insurance? I mean, my gear's fine. Why am I paying this money every month or every quarter when I've not utilized it? Nikki, what are your thoughts?
So really important question. And I was there too, believe it or not, up until about 3 years ago. I was at that point really purchasing expensive equipment. And so my mindset was like, what if something happens? What if something happens? And that's what the nature of insurance is about. You're betting that nothing's going to happen, but just in case it does, you're covered. And so I was probably paying into insurance 3.5 years until something actually happened. And I was glad that I was covered. I had an accident not too long ago when I was on a photo shoot. I was using a new backpack, wasn't used to using a backpack, was using a tank before that, and was finishing up the shoot, put my lenses away, forgot to zip up one side of the backpack, swung it over my shoulder, and 2 lenses went flying out. And, make a really long story short, in about 3 days, I had a check to replace those 2 lenses, and if it hadn't been for insurance, I'd probably be still shooting with my kit lens, to be quite honest with you. So it really saved me. It really saved me.
It does. It's the safety net that you don't know you need until you need it. I had a car accident on the way to a photo shoot last year, and I haven't had a car accident since I was in college. So, you just don't think about it. And I know I have a think tank. I just don't want to lug it into the car where all my lenses are in it. And I typically just shoot with my 85. I love my 85. I'm a prime girl all the way. So my 85 1.4. And I had it just sitting in the passenger seat of my car. Like, what was I thinking? So the person in front of me rear ends the person in front of them. I slam on my brakes. The person behind me shoves me into the person in front of me. My camera, I'm watching it in slow motion. You see it's the Clorox wipes, I think, commercial where they go, no, in slow motion. I see my camera fly from the passenger seat, hit the dash. My brand new 85, John Scott finally convinced me to replace my old 85 1.4, hits the glove box. It's like, bam. So it also jacked up my camera because the minute it hit the glove box, it hit the floorboards. I didn't want to shoot with my backup camera. I had this insurance that I've been paying on forever, okay? My lens was a month old. 3 days. They said, go buy new equipment, send me the receipt. Within 3 days, I had a check. I went the next day, bought a new body. I upgraded my body and my lens, and I had the check in my hand.
I couldn't believe how simple it was. I thought I was going to have to go through these long procedures. It was 2 emails. In 2 emails. The third one asked for my direct deposit information. Bam, it was there the next day.
Yeah, they overnetted me a check. I didn't get it directly deposited, but and it's important to make sure when you get these policies that you have replacement value.
Absolutely. And the other thing,
appreciated value.
Yeah. And that's just covering one component of having insurance, right? There's the what happens if you're on a shoot and one of your clients hurts themselves. There's I want to shoot in the city. Like here in San Antonio, I can't put my equipment down. I can't be anywhere near the Riverwalk without a permit from the city. And they require you to have at least $1 million of insurance.
Absolutely.
So a lot of photographers don't know that you shoot at a venue, let's say, they're going to require you to have insurance, and not just insurance, but a certain coverage too. So make sure that when you're out shopping for insurance that you ask you ask for, is this covered? Will I be able to increase my policy later on? So just those important tips as you're shopping along for insurance.
Absolutely. And I think that we should bring an insurance agent on to this call in the future to go over, because you do need $1 million plus liability.
Yeah.
If you're out in your client, you put them in a field and they get stung by a bee or get poison ivy,
Right.
and they're allergic in either scenario, I mean, you're looking at an ER visit, you're looking at a lot. So yeah, but today I want to encourage everyone. I think that Nikki will scream this from the sidelines. If you do not have this insurance to cover your gear, you need to. If you think you're wasting your money, trust me, you're not wasting your money, because if something happens and you got to pull out your D700 from 2010 as your backup to shoot, you don't want to do that.
Right. And it's really easy too. Lots of times our current insurance providers, our house, our car, oftentimes have a separate department that handles business as well. So it's as simple as calling them and asking them how much more extra. And sometimes they lump bundle your insurance,
Exactly.
and you'll get an extra 10 or 15% off of that, and it's not so much money. So another tip.
Exactly. And I know there's organizations out there that you can join, like PPA, that has insurance as well. So there are many options, and we would love to hear from all of you. Have you been on a shoot? Have you dropped your lens? Has it fallen in the water? Have you been in a car accident? What has happened to your gear, and how were you covered, or how were you not covered? Let's hear from some people who maybe had some bad experiences, because they're all teaching moments for us. I mean, I literally a month before this accident said, why do I need this? Why do I keep paying for this? And then I found out why I needed it. It's a necessary evil. I will admit that.
You never want to be in a position where you wish you had it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've never heard anybody say, I've regretted paying for insurance all this time. I've never heard it.
Now they're filing a claim. They are definitely not saying that. Because let's face it, our camera bodies are not cheap. The lenses that we prefer as our go-to lenses are not cheap.
Yeah. No, they're not. No.
Yeah. And in some cases, the insurance company will just let you keep your old body or your old lens, and sometimes they can be fixed, and then you have spares. But you want to at least be in a situation where you can make them a spare.
Absolutely. It's a best practice. Best practice.
Thank you, Nikki. It's always great. For all of you that don't know, Nikki works behind the scenes at Senior Style Guide. And it is our hope as we move forward that you get to meet more people behind the scenes, and they get to share their expertise, their experiences. And when she came to me with this, a lot of people don't know how to build a framework for a business series. I was like, yes, you're so right. There's such a need for this. This is a great educational component. So thank you everyone for listening, and post your comments below and your experiences. And we want to hear from you. Thank you.